big Deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. Any of them, all lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. Because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no.
Gonna be at the mansion party. You be looking in all the goddamn rooms and you fuck around and look in the wrong room and come here. Is that 2 kissing?
Katt Williams has had his foot on Diddy's neck ever since the year started, and he does not plan on letting it go, because he just slammed Diddy yet again for his raging addiction to talking advantage of people, and this time he came for him even harder than he ever has. It got so bad that people even pulled up videos and receipts of all the times that Katt has spoken on Diddy and Baby. There's a lot to get into. Even prior to Katt's infamous interview with Shannon Sharpe earlier this year, he tried to warn us about how Diddy and his entourage was out here violating the bodies of Black men and women in the industry. But everybody labeled him as a bitter comedian who had nothing going for himself. However, after everything that's come out these last few months, folks are revisiting the things he said, and Baby Katt didn't tell a single lie. The first time that Katt Kloge did his tea was back in 2014 when he publicly spoke about attending one of Diddy's infamous freak-off parties and seeing popular men who pretend to be straight and even have wives and kids freaking off with themselves in dark rooms. Once Katt began saying all this, some of the celebrities who were in the room at the time, including Andre 3000, got visibly uncomfortable and tried to laugh it off, but Katt was standing on business and kept a straight face the entire time to make everybody aware that even though this was supposed to be a stand-up show, what he was saying was very much real. And he meant every word of it, he said. These parties usually happen in huge mansions in Hollywood, according to Katt. There's usually 2 different parties happening inside of them, the regular parties and then the freak-off parties, which happened in the underground rooms.
Gay in Hollywood, you never expected. They be having these big mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited in a month to be at the mansion party. You be looking in all the goddamn rooms, and you fuck around and look in the wrong room and
Of course, at the time, nobody suspected that he was specifically talking about the Diddy parties. We didn't even know Diddy had an entire name for these little parties till Cassie told us he was calling them freak-offs. However, now that we know, it all adds up, and it's clear as day that Katt was talking about Diddy. In fact, just a few weeks ago, Katt had another special, and this time he gave us even more tea about these parties he had back in 2004. He said when Diddy was done violating these men and passing them around to his entourage to also play with him, these men, who are well-known celebrities, had a hard time walking to their cars to drive because of how aggressive the whole experience was. This explains why Diddy needed all that baby oil. Mind y'all, not all. These men and women were consenting to this. Some of them were up, and once they were passed out, Diddy and his people pretty much forked their way without consent.
You can't be so happy to change to up your life. You know how many celebrities went to Diddy's house thinking they was finna dance? How does that feel? You a grown ass man. You gotta leave Diddy's party like that. You can't even sit down in the car. You gotta drive all the way home, standing up. Whew. Can't roll the window down. You roll the window down, that breeze hit that open and start blowing and start start saying, 1,000 bottles of baby.
But none of these revelations came any close to what he had to say about Diddy. During his interview with Shannon Sharpe this year, he explicitly said in that interview that all lies will be exposed in 2024, and he did not lie. Diddy ain't been the same. Since that interview dropped, and a lot of people who used to support Diddy have also not been the same, since during Katt's interview, he brought up the fact that Diddy offered him over $50 million, not once, not twice, not 3, but 4 different times to engage in. Them freak-offs. He turned it away every single time without hesitation.
These big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. Any of them, all lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light. Because the people want to know, well, why would he get blackballed?
Yeah,
oh, because
I was gonna ask you that.
Because in 30 years I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
You will tell it.
no, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that. I value that. I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it. They all know it. Why? Because you don't make me the villain. Not the guy that raises black children and ain't never done a hard in his life and don't have no stories of doing nobody dirty.
Now y'all are probably wondering why exactly did he would offer Katt such a large amount of money. That many times, well, it turns out Diddy was trying to recruit Katt to be a power bottom for them freak-off parties. Katt said he rejected the offers and made sure to stay very clear of any Diddy party because that was the only way to protect his virgin hoe.
I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Can I need to know? You here, get your number.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Because I'm favored by God. Like, when I see people's wives and stuff, I don't even look at them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to look at nothing I don't want to have. Because I know how blessed I am. If I look at it, I got it. That's how Diddy be feeling.
Now, come on, man.
Ain't that crazy? I mean, can y'all imagine just how much dirt and vibe tapes that Diddy would have had of him and Katt? If Katt wasn't man enough to turn down 50 mil, he would have used them tapes to keep Katt quiet like he'd been trying to. Due to everybody else he has on tape, the reason why Katt was even able to go around spilling all this tea without consequences is because he never participated in any of that freak-off nonsense. What's even crazier about all this is that it wasn't just Diddy who was trying to save Katt as a boy toy. Katt also said his interview with Shannon Sharpe that Diddy's longtime associate Harvey Weinstein also had the G to demand for him to suck his wood in order to get a movie role. But of course, he said no, just like he said no to Diddy.
They canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, it's 3 other black guys on there. Woo. Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get that?
I told him no. What y'all do?
And then there was the time when Ice Cube and the producers of Friday After Next tried to get Katt to film a scene of him being sawed by Terry Crews because they thought it would be funny. Katt slammed them for this, and he said he wasn't going to do it because there was nothing funny about someone being sawed. What's even more disturbing is that after he said no, they kept pressuring him to do it almost as if the entire industry has this unsatisfied fetish to see Katt getting turned out or something. And they were stopping at nothing to make it happen.
I wrote it. What I'm saying if I did it and I did a good job at it, you can thank me. I was involved.
Right.
I'm not gonna come later on and tell you, I never even read the whole script. So how you know what roles? What? What do you mean you never read the these guys' whole job is to present something, unfortunately. And I'm just not a presenter. If you ask me a question, I'm just gonna tell you the truth of how it went. The truth of the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got raped in the bathroom. And that's what Ricky Smiley was okay with. Katt Williams had to take the risk in front of the studios and the cast and our powers that be in his very first movie and say respectfully, humbly, guys, if we're talking about anything else, I have no credibility and I have no pull. But we're talking about comedy,
right,
where I have all the credibility and all the pull. The problem with Friday After Next is we're trying to make a classic comedy. And this comedy involves and is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are. If you would allow me to allow us to do this movie without a black man getting in it, I promise you that it will be twice as funny as it would be with him getting. So considering that's the real story, why would you bring up that story? 35 members of the cast and crew have never brought up that Ricky Smiley was gonna play Money Mike. No one ever saw me put on a Santa Claus suit. We got a wardrobe department. They made a Santa Claus suit for me. Why that wasn't in the bloopers?
Child, this is crazy. And if C didn't have the morals that he has, he would have been 100% brutally misused and passed around the industry like a piece of meat. Some people even said they were surprised that Katt made it out of all these situations alive. Because Diddy rarely ever lets anybody go sky-free, especially after suggesting something like this. Because he knows they would go out and sing about it to the blogs and fact scratch that because according to Jaguar Wright, Diddy actually did try to take Katt out, but he somehow escaped it. Jaguar claims there was even a point when Katt used to wear a Kevlar to sleep because of all the attacks on his life getting so bad, and he was afraid that they might get him if he wasn't always protected.
I'll never forget the day when they breached the house. And I left. You know, back in that moment, Katt was still wearing Kevlar to bed. To bed. I would get in bed with him at night and he would have Kevlar on.
Wow.
In bed.
But none of this has stopped Katt from speaking out against Diddy. Because in a recent interview he had with GQ, he said the reason he's been on Diddy's neck for so long and the reason he got on Shin Sharp's show and blasted Diddy was because he found out that Diddy was responsible for Tupac's death, and he couldn't bring himself not to do anything about it. He even went as far as calling Diddy a demon and said Diddy did not deserve to walk around scot-free. He said, "When I was a young man, Tupac was my favorite artist. I love Tupac, and I felt like we were kindred spirits. So if I hear you responsible for knocking my dude off," referring to ongoing speculation that Diddy may have been involved in Pac's death, "I don't give a F what job I end up being in. I don't care how things go. If I can get away to get you, that's what I'm all about. I just don't like you walking around scot-free cause you a demon, and I know demons are powerful, but I know why they're powerful. It's cold, spiritual warfare going on out here in the real world, and part of my job is to not lose focus on that." Katt clearly feels nothing but disgust for Diddy. And he ain't going to stop exposing him until Diddy L loses everything and lets all the people he ruined get justice. As usual, people had their own thoughts about this, like this person who said Katt called it 2024 is the year that the light will expose all the darkness that's hidden to the public in Hollywood. Another person said everybody talking about Diddy and the parties with other celebrities and what he may have done, but is so much bigger. Diddy recorded very powerful world leaders committing crimes against young children, and that's why they arrested him. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think about Katt exposing Diddy? And do y'all really think this is the end of Diddy? Y'all been knew what to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.